All right, UFC featherweight champion Alex Volkanovski. Man, I appreciate the time. I know you're on semi-lockdown. Talk about the situation you're going through right now.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Obviously, everyone's in the same sort of position. There's so many. I think the whole world's pretty much in full lockdown or pretty much quarantined and under certain rules. We ain't in full lockdown. We can go out to do certain things, but yeah, you're only allowed out if you have to. You know what I mean? So it is crazy. Obviously, especially me being a professional athlete and wanting to train, but I'm still getting the home workouts done. I get to spend more time with the family. So I'm just as hard as it is right now. Like I'm just sort of going to capitalize on what I have. So I'm trying to get as much as I can done, like podcasts, social media, whatever it is. Like I could be building the brand or working on the profile and that while we're here and doing some home workouts. And like I said, paying more attention to the family. So it's all good. I'm just gonna adapt to the situation. I know there's a lot more people out there that are less fortunate. They're probably in a worse position than myself, so I've got nothing to whinge about.
Yeah, I've seen that you've been more active on your social media. Before you'd go on there once in a while, but now you got story time with Volk. You're uploading a lot of stuff that you're doing with your children.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hassle a little bit, right? To be filming everything and uploading it. You always wonder like, how
It,
do the other fighters keep doing it so much?
yeah, well, I think a lot of fighters have people doing it for them, and I think that's a good idea. I think that's something that I might look into as well. But at the same time, obviously, I still want someone to get content out there, but I still want to be real. I want people to know, like I'm a family man. I ain't gonna hide that. I ain't gonna just do what most people think people want to see. At the end of the day, if people are gonna like me, they're gonna like me for me. You know what I mean? So I like to pride myself on being a respectful family man, loyal type of guy. So I want people to see that. But at the end of the day, I need the content going. I need to be in people's face. I need to I need to at least let them see the life of the Volkanovski family or myself, the 145 champ. So I get that. And as you said, I was a little, too slow. I wasn't really on the social media and all that as much as I'd like. But right now we're changing things and we're working on that. So, that's something that you were really knuckling down on and getting done properly.
You're a perfect example of a guy that didn't need to have the social media, didn't need to have the trash talking, just win fights, call out the guys you need to call out respectfully, and now you're in the position where you're sitting on top of the mountain, and it
Mm-hmm.
shows that you are a role model to a lot of people out there. Do you accept that role?
100%. Yeah. Again, it's a tricky situation. Again, we've been on social media and all that sort of stuff, and again, like a lot of times, there's a sort of how could I say? There's sort of an image or a blueprint that people think you have to take, and obviously that the Conor McGregor sort of blueprint or Mayweather talk trash, and and that's what the only way people are going to lie or like sell seats. That's how they think. Look, I get it. I get why they think that it did work. Conor worked really well, but at the same time, as you said, I got to be me the whole way through. But again, I don't get to show the people who I am enough. So that's something I'm going to do. Show the people I am. If you like me, you like me. If you don't follow me. All good. I'm not going to be someone I'm not just to impress a few other people. I know the people that do appreciate me and what I do. They're real fans, and they all, and I think that they'll stick with me. I'm not going to lose, and then these guys just, I'm over that guy now. You know what I mean? So again, I believe I've got a lot of loyal fans, but at the same time, I just need to show everyone who I am. And now's a good time. Like while I'm home, I've got a lot of time to have a camera in my hands. Obviously, I'm spending a lot of time with the family, but I just want to have that camera rolling as much as I can. And I still nowhere near as much as I want to do out there. So obviously, I'm doing my own like little. I'm going live on Instagram and inviting people on and doing things like that. And then my little story time with Volk. As long as people be like, it's cringe, whatever. But I don't care. It's a little bit of fun. Again, they're going to be all types of stories. And to be honest, there's a lot of people that always I missed out on a couple of days. They're like, "Oh, where's your story time? I want to, I want to hear a story." So people can laugh at it, but a lot of people really do appreciate it, and it's good fun. So again, I get to tell stories about me, my past, my present, what happened that day. Again, like you said, you got girls, the funny stories with girls, shit in the bed or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Sometimes people want to have a good laugh, especially while they're stuck at home. And not just that, I want to be able to sort of, as you said, be a good role model and let everyone know that I don't have to. I am just like a regular bloke. I am just like all these people. I am a family man. There's, you know what I mean. It's just tricky. Again, but like I just want people to know that everyone that we're real. Like this is what happens. I've got a family. That's my number one priority. You know what I mean. At the end of the day, and that's Again, it's just But like I said, I got to go and take that belt, and I got to be me the whole time. You know what I mean? Not many people can say that. There's a lot of people that are fake, and you can see it. I think that's cringe. I think that and even the people that follow these people, half the people that follow them hate them, but they love the drama. They want to watch. So good on them. Again, I get it. Good on them. Everyone loves a little bit of drama in their life. But, at the same time, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be real. But at the same time, if someone starts talking trash to me, I'm more than happy to talk trash back, But at the same time, I'm not just going to be disrespectful. Again, I'm a martial artist. It's always been about respect. But if someone wants to poke at the bear too much, I'll fire back.
Well, you're in that position now where the attention's on you. And speaking of being yourself all the way through, you got the Korean Zombie, a guy that just fights, kind of
Yeah.
very similar to you, just fights, wins fights, builds himself up through that avenue. But then all of a sudden he's starting to talk trash. Does it seem manufactured to you?
Uh, it's again, I get it all, and they've made it obvious now that he had management that started doing that, and he's made it public that that's not who he is, and he's just. To be honest, I wouldn't say this, but even when we were having the back and forth banter and that a bit of a laugh, at the end of the day, we seen each other, we were respectful, and just said it is what it is. Let's just do what we got to do. But so again, I wouldn't say that, but the fact is that he's made it public that he's not doing that no more. He's always been a respectful guy, and everyone's loved him for that. Again, his fans are loyal fans, and they love who he is—a respectful guy that goes out and knocking people out. Good on him. At the end of the day, it's what people want to see, and the people that do follow him would like him. Same as myself. The people that follow me, like me, appreciate me. So it's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. At the end of the day, people are going to throw all your numbers and all this sort of stuff, and I get that. So I need to do more on my part. But at the same time, I'm the UFC featherweight champ, and all these people are going to come. They're chasing me, and people got to recognize that. And I've got to do what I've got to do to prove myself as the best featherweight in the world. And that's what we're going to do. So once we're back in it, once the dust settles and we're back in the cage doing our thing, people are going to remember why I'm the champ, why I'm the best fighter in the world at the moment.
UFC 248, you're there to support Izzy. You're sitting cage side. Brian Ortega, another guy in the division, at the top of the division. He goes over there, slaps one of the members of Korean Zombie's team. From your vantage point, did you see anything? Did you know anything was happening?
They were directly behind me. So even Korean Zombie, he was like right behind me. And I actually went out to backstage with Izzy, and I was there. Excuse me, I was there with him. Like you usually go back there before the boys fight, and just just do our team huddles and whatnot, just be there for support. So while that was happening, that's when Joanna and Zhang Wali were fighting. So I didn't get to watch that live, which I was spewing because obviously that was a cracker of a fight. But I did get to watch it on screen. But I got to support my boy. But then I come back and my coach Joe Lopez ends up telling me like what happened. And then this other guy said he goes there. They actually thought it was a punch. They thought Brian Ortega just went and punched him, but supposedly it was a slap. But I sort of knew that could have happened because of obviously with the Jay Park thing, and then even Brian Ortega said he was going to do that. He goes, if I see you, I'll slap you if you want to talk shit. So again, it's weird. It's all right. At one stage, he said he was going to do it. And then another one's like, all right, this guy's not a fighter, whatever. But I mean, was it for promotional type of things? You never know. But at the same time, it was sort of, that's sort of what made Korean Zombie sort of be like, all right, look, that's not me. I'm doing this stuff, and then it's just, biting me in the ass. I don't need it in my life, whatever. So it's a tricky one. But at the end of the day, Brian Ortega said he was going to do it, and he went and done it. I missed it, but obviously got told about it and then seen a bit of the footage and that.
So do you think Brian Ortega versus the Korean Zombie makes sense now?
Oh, 100%. I think it made sense before that as well. Again, I keep saying this, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Again, I wanted there to be, I want there to be a number one contender. I want there to be someone who is definitely next in line. I want that, and I don't care who it is. People can say he's ducking this guy, ducking that guy. Mate, whoever it is, whoever earns that number one spot, whoever's saying this is the guy that's going to smash him, whatever, I love that. Hype him up. He definitely deserves it. That's a big fight. Let's do it. But right now, we've got so many people that are just, there's like four of them that are just sort of at the same sort of level, at the same sort of contender. Like they're just one fight away. As I keep saying, they're one fight away. And these guys go out and fight each other. Again, Brian Ortega and Zombie, the winner out of that's clear number one. That's a big fight. There's already hype around it. You go out there, win in wild fashion. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's hyping you up. Everyone's saying, oh, yeah, he's going to do Alex, rah, rah, rah. Mate, bring it on. I love it. That's the fight. Let's do it. Let's book it in. But right now, there's, even there's a bit. And then you got, Rodriguez who's just there. You know what I mean? So there's like four of them that are just there. And that's why, like, obviously, the Max Holloway fight was getting talked about, a rematch. I believe that, I won pretty convincingly. I think I won all 5 rounds, and most people think that. And I think that's what's going to happen again. Or, I'm planning on finishing it if that fight happens. Again, I got to feel him out for 5 rounds. Now I've worked him out. I've got the feel. I'm going to take more risks. I'm going to go for the finish. I know I can get it done. So, but again, I think that he was a great champion. He was a champion for a long time, and he does deserve a rematch. And for the fact that there's no number one contender anyway, he definitely deserves that. So whoever's next in line, whoever's the biggest fight for me, I think right now the biggest fight for me would be Max, purely because there's no one else. And again, obviously he was a champ for so many years. I'm sure people think he can get the rematch and take me out. I hope I'm underdog again. I love being underdog. I love proving people wrong, and I love proving my supporters right and making them money when they bet on me. So whatever it is, man, we'll see who it is. But obviously they were looking for Max in Perth. But, mate, we're just in a position where no one knows what's going on.
Also, right now, it's that card, you feel like it's in limbo?
Oh, 100%. Like, I'll be honest with you right now, and I'll tell you that, let's be honest, a fight should be locked in. A headliner should be locked in. And we wanted to talk. We're about to talk. And then right now, it's just, we need to wait it out. No one's allowed to fly in here. No, I don't think there's going to be, there's a big possibility that there won't be a crowd allowed at the place. It won't be able to fly people into this country. Why would, Perth or whatever it is, pay all that money to bring the UFC there when there's not allowed to be an audience or whatever it is. And then there's a good chance that fighters won't even be able to come. So you can't organize nothing just now. Everything is in limbo. No one really knows. So you can't really be locking things in. It's hard, like, even for me, like, they can't lock nothing in. I can't really get a proper camp. Same as all the fighters. Really right now, the people that are going to fight are going to be the ones that be like, oh, fuck it, I'll fight, whoever, whatever. I don't care if don't have a proper camp. But at the same time, I'm a champion. I've got the belt. I need to defend it. I'm a calculated fighter. I always prepare myself to the best before my fights, even though I probably can go out there and beat them guys right now off an injury, a little bit of training, get fit enough. I could probably go out there and still take these guys out. But I'm a calculated fighter. I do I'm a professional. My motivation is my family. I don't half-ass anything, especially when it comes to my family. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make sure I'm 100% prepared every time. And right now, it's going to be very hard to do that in the situation we are. And there's obviously a lot of fighters that are going to be like that. And then there's going to be a lot of pressure if we do take on a fight. Are we going to be pressured into training with people and then not really abide by the rules? And, I probably won't do that, but will other fighters? Will they be more prepared because they're cheating pretty much? You know what I mean? So it's a tricky situation. But at the end of the day, we need to make money. And again, I am a professional, but, I want to, my motivation is my family. But if I'm sitting on the sidelines for 6 months where people are talking about, maybe I do have to go out there and fight. You know what I mean? So you just never know. Right now, I'm waiting it out. But if I look like I'm stuck in here for 6 months and so's the rest of the world, but they can somehow make a fight happen, maybe I do fight. Maybe I do make that coin anyway. We'll see. But again, it's just we're just got to we've got to find out the best option. Right now, I'm in a position where I'm not fully prepared, so I'll wait. But if I have to wait too long, maybe I need to make that coin.
Is the spread of the coronavirus worse in Western Australia, where Perth is located, compared to other parts of Australia?
I think where I live is worst. So
Oh,
New South Wales, I think, is worse than Australia. But I don't think Perth is that bad, to be quite honest. But yeah, I'm not sure, man. We just really don't know. But I mean, you could sit there and be like, oh yeah, oh, it's not very good. Like the coronavirus isn't that bad over there. But at the end of the day, people can't fly here. They're not allowed to fly. You know what I mean? So if I was to fight Holloway, can he even fly here? Can he even leave his country? You know what I mean? Are we allowed to make contact? There's so many questions that no one really knows the answer for and won't know the answer for in a couple of months or whenever the fight is 8 weeks out. You know what I mean? So it's just a really shitty position that the whole world's in, including UFC fighters. I know the Dana White's doing what he can to make some fights happen. Good on him. Hopefully they can get some fights done. There's a lot of people at home wanting to at least watch some sort of sport. So if he can get it done and abide by all the rules, I'm sure the world's going to be watching. And at the end of the day, if they can do it here in Perth and we somehow can, make something happen and I can still get some sort of decent training in and I do fight and the world can watch, you know what I mean? So as all the little cartoons of me, pay-per-views, people are going to say that a lot of time I get tagged and things like that. That can play a factor as well. So if we can make something happen, and I know that, the whole world's in the same situation, let's just go out there underprepared and slug it out for a bit of coin, make it worthwhile and let's do it. But we'll see. Again, I'm just throwing out whatever, because I really don't know what's happening.
yeah, especially with Shevchenko and Calderwood being removed from the card because of an injury. Now they need a main event more than ever. And
Yes.
without that fight, because I figured that there would have been a double title, pay-per-view there. You versus Max and Shevchenko versus Calderwood. That would have been perfect for Perth, but I don't know. It doesn't look good.
What's a big lightweight fight? A big lightweight fight, if we can't bring, I'm trying to think, you just bring some lightweight over there. So no title, nothing. Me move up a division, take out a big name over there. And over here in Australia, bring them over, lightweight, no weight cut. Mate, I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll do it. And there's a few lightweights that are throwing their hands up. They want to fight. So,
yeah.
Mate, I'll do that.
Yeah, think of it like
you heard
this.
it here first. You heard it here first. But again, that's something that I don't want to go. As I said, I don't want to go chasing other fights. But again, we're in this really weird position. And if fighting for the title can't happen, but they still want to do something in Perth, and there's a lightweight fighter, a decent name that's key to somehow get over here, and if it's allowed, you know what I mean? If you never know, I'll take it. I'll probably take it. You know what I mean? And it's just, again, I'm just throwing out whatever I can, just for a bit of a chat. But you never know. You never know what situation is going to happen. But it's just crazy, man. This whole home isolation sort of stuff. It's got me talking about fighting anyone at lightweight. You know what I mean? So it's sending us all crazy, isn't
it? Is that in the future anyways for you?
Yeah, I reckon it is.
You have one title, but two titles is better.
100%. Like, again, that's one thing that I don't want it to look like I'm not chasing other fights. I want to defend my title. That's the fights that I'm going to chase. If the UFC come to me with other fights, big fights, that's a different story. Obviously if there's better money and if I believe that this is and it's a good fight for me and it's good for my profile, whatever it is, if I think that that's something that could be really big, I'll take it on. But again, I'm not chasing it. You ain't going to hear me call out Henry Cejudo in a lower division. You're not going to hear me call out Khabib right now at a heavier, just to protect my belt right now. That's what everyone seems to be doing. They're trying to be double champs. Obviously, it's cool, but I really reckon most of them are trying to protect their belt they own because they look at it. They look, Henry, he moves up, fights me. He probably knows he ain't going to win that fight, but at the end of the day, he can still hang on to that bantamweight belt. Yeah, so that's how I look at it. He's, again, he's strategic to everything he's doing. Good on him, but at the end of the day, I'll squash him, and I ain't chasing fights like that. I'm chasing my number one contenders.
Yeah, he seems to be Henry Cejudo. He seems to be targeting you a little bit.
Yeah,
A lot of people describe him as cringy or corny. How would you describe his tactics?
man, look, yeah, cringe. It's funny you say that. I'm about to post a video, so stay tuned. Like it was where it's just a little. You understand it when we got it. So it was actually talking about him being cringe, but mate. This home isolation sending me cringe too, mate. I'm doing whatever I can. People are gonna think I'm cringe. Within a couple of weeks, mate, people go, "What's happening to this bloke?" Home isolation. That's what's happening. But I think it's all fun and games. Good on him. He's owning it. At the end of the day, well, sorry, brother. You there?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, my bad. Yeah, at the end of the day, he's owning it. Good on him. But mate, it's just, again, I just think that, seeing him calling out everyone but the number one contenders, that's just something that I don't want to be. You know what I mean? That's something I just can't stand that. Now I'm seeing it way too much nowadays. Me, I want to fight the number one contenders and the people that deserve it. Just like, again, that's why I give Max a lot of respect. He was a great champion. Why? Because he fought the number one contenders. No bullshit. He gave me the opportunity. Yeah, there was probably other fights that could have been bigger. But he goes, nah, this guy's the one that they reckon can do it. Bring it on. And I respect him for that. Now I want to do the same because I know I can take anyone out of my division. So again, yeah, bring it on.
What do you think about Cejudo versus Aldo? You've been in there with Aldo, so you know what he has. What do you think Aldo has what it takes to take out Cejudo at bantamweight?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he does. Honestly, I really do. Again, Henry is going to really struggle, obviously, with the wrestling side of things. Then when he's going to want to attack, you know what I mean? Aldo is, a counter fighter. He's so good at what he does. Like when people watch my fight, I had to change my whole game. You know what I mean? Because he's dangerous and there's things that he does so well that I had to use them things he does so well against him. So, again, I won't explain too much. I don't want to give Henry Cejudo any of my tricks. But you get what I mean? That there's things that, and that the reason that was respect, that was me showing Aldo respect. There was a fight that a style I had to fight. Again, that just shows my fight IQ and things that I can do. People don't realize how deep I can go with things. I've changed my game completely in the last 4 fights. And only certain people can do that. And, I don't think Henry Cejudo can. And I think I hope he's not taking this fight lightly because I can see Aldo winning it.
Okay, one last thing. Going back to the role model thing, a lot of people look up to many fighters in the UFC, and one of the biggest fighters is John Jones. Recently, he had his run-in with the law, got arrested. When you see that keep happening with John Jones, what is running through your mind?
Man, it's crazy. Again, you don't want to kick a man while he's down, but mate, if you're just going to put yourself in that position so many times, you can't blame people to kick you while you're down. It's hard for me to be respectful in this situation right now. You know what I mean? And it drives me insane that you still see people trying to stick up for him. And they'll be like, "Oh yeah, he's got so much attention." It doesn't matter about attention. Okay, yeah, he does have attention on him, but at the end of the day, he's still drink driving. At the end of the day, he's still putting other people's lives in danger. He shouldn't even be outside his home right now anyway, let alone drink driving. You get what I mean? So it's a tricky one. I don't want to take stabs at him, but man, I heard him talking about anxiety and things like that, and I know that that'll be hard. Whether, but again, especially him. Let's be honest, he's got some money. Invest in someone that will drive you around. I don't know if they can do that right now, or you know what I mean. It's a good investment for you. It really is. It's something that I don't know, man. You need it again. Buy a car that now that with the whole coronavirus, maybe he's not allowed to get a driver driving him around. I don't even know how that works. But if that's the case, build a car where you got, I don't know, where it's blocked off, so you're completely isolated from each other. and they can drive you wherever you want because, man, it's just happening too much. Again, it's hard for me to try and stick up for him in any way. I pride myself on being a respectful, loyal, one of the nice guys, and I try and do things right, not only for myself and my family, and because it's the right thing to do. And I believe that's not what he's doing, and that's not what he's all about. So, again, it's something that I have to say, mate. Like, you put yourself in that position, I ain't feeling sorry for you.
All right, Alex, man, appreciate the time. Hopefully you stay safe, keep the family safe, keep training, be ready. Maybe we'll see you fighting at lightweight at UFC 251. Who knows? But whatever the case, I'm pretty sure everybody will be looking forward to that fight. Thank you so much, man.
No worries. Thanks for having me. Just remember, look, the champ, 145 champ, baby. All right. Peace. See you later.